This is my bedroom. I also have a TV here.
It's a simple place. A bedroom, a living room, patio and kitchen, but it's his.
They don't know what a place like this would means to a man like me, a person like me.
Simon Aragon can barely recognize himself today. He spent years on the streets, in and out of trouble, always looking for his next high.
I had a very serious drug problem. That's all I lived for.
But now Aragon has something else to live for.
Those are my grandkids.
Grandkids he didn't even know existed. While homeless, Aragon lost his possessions and also lost contact with the people who matter most.
I get this peaceful, joyful feeling that I have a family.
Now Aragon's family has a place to visit him. He's one of 170 chronically homeless who've been helped this year by the Heading Home program, a program that's making a huge dent in the number of people living on the streets. According to a survey, there are 450 fewer people who are homeless than 2011, and the time they spent on the streets went from 20 years to just 6.
This program is saving a lot of men, a lot of people.
The program helped save Aragon's life, all because he has a place of his own.
Having this place helped me a lot. I know this place had a lot to do with it.
In Albuquerque, Tanya Mendez, KOAT, Action 7 News.
Gusty winds and bone-dry conditions did not make it easy for firefighters Sunday. The Bosque fire ate up more ground just after lunch as humidity levels dropped and the winds picked up.
The winds are picking up because a frontal passage is coming through right now, and due to that, on the front side of the passage, we're going to get high winds.
Fire officials brought us right up to the fire line, showing us the type of conditions fire crews are dealing with. We're about 200 feet away from where that fire is burning, and you can see the winds are gusting up, and it's just fueling this fire, and it continues to burn through the bosque. As the strong winds fan this fire, crews keep a close eye on weather conditions in case the winds shift and change the path of this raging fire.
Right now, the fire's just we're allowing it to clean up itself so we can get a secure line right here.
More than 200 firefighters are working around the clock from the air and on the ground.
All the fuels are really dry.
With the lack of moisture, the thick vegetation along the bosque is making the job difficult. What can residents expect in the area?
A lot of smoke for the next couple of days. And, you know, that's pretty much it. It's just we're going to have a lot of smoke in the area.
Starve the fire, take away its fuel, so it doesn't stop to consume the forest. That's the strategy here at the Pajarito ski basin above the city of Los Alamos as firefighters bring down branches and clear away anything that could feed the flames.
Well, there's some really strong burned areas.
Los Alamos Assistant Chief Mike Thompson takes us into the forest.
But it was real slow, just chugging down last night.
Where we can get a first-hand look at the devastation and efforts to stop it.
This is an old burn scar.
We can see up close the remains from past fires that officials say are helping to slow down this one.
The fire started over towards Los Conchas.
The charred lands of Valles Caldera.
It's coming now, and it's coming fast.
The haze encompassing Lana land and flames scattered throughout the forest.
You have to have winds to really race down a slope.
This is one of the major fears after a forest fire. Check this out. This fire is literally hollowing out, eating the insides of this tree. So it looks sturdy, but you get a big gust of wind and that tree is going to blow over. In fact, just a moment ago, we heard some trees falling over in this area.
The most dangerous part is after the fire.
But the aftermath is a long way away. How this fire will end, we still don't know. That depends mostly on the weather.
We feel like the weather's cooperating with us.
But fire crews are doing everything they can to protect homes, the ski basin, and of course, the city of Los Alamos.
This place is amazing, and we're putting a lot of resources here.
One of New Mexico's gems is in flames. Thousands of acres at Bandelier National Monument have burned. And fire crews are fiercely trying to protect the visitor center and other buildings which so far have not been touched.
There's a lot of awesome buildings and a lot of buildings that have been here for a long time, and we want to try to maintain that and keep it intact for people to enjoy.
Firefighters are setting up sprinkler systems in case the fire comes over the ridge and towards the buildings. Now, if that happens, they'll turn on the pumps and get out of there.
If the fire comes down too close, we only have one way in, one way out.
This is a lookout tower where fire crews can get a really wide view of much of Bandelier Park. And as you can see, the fire is brewing over there to the west, just about a mile or so from where we just were at the visitor center.
This is a very culturally important site.
Crews have invested a lot of resources and manpower to protect Bandelier, because if they didn't,
There's no doubt there would have been an impact to this area because of that. I'm not saying that we'd lose everything in that location, but certainly a lot of the structures would have been threatened and some would have been lost.
Reporting in Los Alamos, Alana Greenfogel, KOAT Action 7 News.
We came down to Hatch to meet the man who says he's got record-breaking chilies growing on these vines, and to see it for ourselves. Jim Lytle's got the tape measure to prove it.
Measure around the curve. This one is going to measure right at 15 inches.
As it is, Big Jim chilies are bigger than most.
People don't realize that you can have chili this big.
The average stretches to about 10 inches, but customers at the Chili Express in Hatch say there's nothing average about these.
It is a big chili. I don't think I've ever seen one this big.
So big, Jim says every one of the chilies in this box are big enough to break a record.
We're going to take this to New Mexico State University tomorrow and have it documented.
Jim credits good fertilizer and a direct-to-root irrigation system.
I've got some pretty good sized chili.
Yeah, these are huge. The result is a field of dream-sized chili, and Jim vows to dream bigger.
I'm hoping to get them up 20 to 24 inches just for the fun of it.
But breaking records isn't all fun and games. Jim may have some explaining to do. The previous record holder was his mama. So what's your mom think about you beating her out?
Well, she's happy.
In Hatch, Tanya Mendes, KOAT Action 7 News.
A motion-censored surveillance camera snapped these two pictures while a New Mexico State police officer in full uniform had sex with a brunette woman on the hood of a dark-colored four-door sedan in broad daylight.
I'm just glad it wasn't one of my deputies.
Santa Fe County Sheriff Robert Garcia says the photos were captured a few weeks ago on county property and discovered when a county employee reviewed the film. The sheriff says what's happening here is not a crime. It's not in public view and no one witnessed it, except the Chihuahua you see here in the pictures. Action 7 News learned the officer and the woman parked here outside the locked gate of La Bajada Ranch. It's on a remote road about a quarter-mile west of I-25. La Bajada Ranch, formerly known as Canyon Ranch, is owned by the county. The sheriff's office put up that camera to catch graffiti vandals. The sheriff says he never expected this.
I understand the public's uproar with regards to something like this. We can't allow something like this to tarnish the entire law enforcement community.
State police says this is a personnel matter and an internal investigation is underway.